chilly outside. Rise and shine. I'm Wesh 2, meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week, chat about what's doing in the world of weather. And I've got to tell you, it is cold, cold, cold outside. Let's talk about those temperatures across town. First off, sitting at 40 degrees in Ocala. It's 44 in Orlando, 43 degrees right now in Claremont, and 42 in Daytona Beach. But that's just part of the story. Look at the feels like temperatures when you factor in the winds. Feels like 36 in Orlando, feels like 41 in the Villages, 34 outside in Ocala. And comparing temperatures right now to this time yesterday, there is a dramatic adjustment. It is 20, 25, even 30 degrees colder than it was this time yesterday. So there's a definite chill in the air. And as a matter of fact, I would go further to say that it's going to stay chilly all day long. So what's going on? What is happening here? Well, first off, let's just get a lay of the land and check in on our forecast for the day today, okay? We're starting off with this bitter cold air. Temperatures do try to climb a little bit this afternoon, not much. 43 degrees, our 9 a.m. temperature will be to 51 by noon. And 56 degrees our high temperature. Now we're going to get into the county by county temperatures, of course, in a minute. But let's just talk about, for a minute at least, what's going on. Okay, because interestingly enough, and we've talked about this a little bit yesterday and even the day before, there is a massive, massive winter storm system off the coastline, the equivalent in pressure to that of a hurricane. And what it's doing is it's putting down all kinds of snow. This, for our friends in the Northeast, is an absolute mess. This is not a fun setup. So because of that, obviously, as you can imagine, there are power outages, significant power outages for Massachusetts, for New Jersey, for Delaware. Yeah, very significant impacts for now. And of course, this is going to continue to get worse and worse through the day today. So if you've got friends or family that live up there, this is a blizzard. This is every bit a blizzard. But what's so interesting here is that when you look at the overall weather pattern, that air from that blizzard is driving our direction. And so because of that, it's throwing in this chilly air. So through tomorrow, we've got the chilly air. Then we wake up to a chilly Wednesday morning. But as that chilly air starts to move out, we start to warm up. And then watch what happens Thursday. We continue warming, but a storm system starts to get its act together out west, and eventually will move our direction. So yeah, we've got rain chances rising in our area. So let's just take a look here at the 7-day forecast to put it all together. And you see red warning day for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's our way of just letting you know, like, hey guys, there is a dramatic shift here. We want to make sure that you're prepared for it, right? That makes sense. You know, we want you to know that it is going to be chilly. But then beyond that, okay, we start to climb Thursday, Friday, back into the 80s. Do notice that Friday, Saturday, Sunday timeframe does include some rainfall in there. So of course, one good way to really zero in on that is to check in on the raw computer model data. And you know I love to do that, love to get you taken care of. So this is going to be the raw GFS model. We're going to roll through time, and I'm going to call out the time. So this is 2 o'clock Friday. And again, understand that this is a pretty good ways out, so it's subject to change. But for now, this is where we're at, okay? A few showers. This is 7 p.m. So late Friday into Saturday, showers lingering, right? This is 1 p.m. Saturday, 4 p.m. Saturday, 7 p.m. Saturday. We are with some showers. It's not going to be a washout, but we're definitely with some showers in the area. Clearing out by 10 p.m. on Saturday. This is Sunday. Maybe a couple of coastal showers, but not a big deal. And then beyond that, drying back out. But at least there is an opportunity for rainfall. So let's do this. Let's roll here. And at least in terms of rain chances, this is the American GFS model. It's not showing a ton, but it is at least showing some areas with 1/4 to approaching a half inch of rain. You see in Brevard County, for example, even getting into the half inch or above range. That's the current run of the GFS. Let's go back a run, much wetter. Go back 2 runs, much wetter. Go back 3 runs, wet. So there's definitely been a trend backing down the rain chances, the rain intensity, and the overall coverage. So those are going to be pieces of this story that we are certainly going to be watching. But just to give you an idea, when we show that 7-day forecast, yes, there is that mention, we'll say, of seeing some rainfall. So you can see Friday, Saturday, and then a few showers on Sunday. That's where that comes from, okay? All right. Let's see. Is there anything else that I have to talk about before we go on? I need to make sure that I didn't miss anything. Talked about, oh yeah, we probably should talk about today's highs neighborhood by neighborhood before we get off on a tangent. All right. So here's our high temperature map for today. Mid 50s in the metro, mid 50s Daytona Beach, lower 50s for the villages. It's going to be gorgeous, but it's going to be cool. Then for tonight, all right, let's talk about temperatures for tonight. And the colors that you're seeing, the deep blues, that's going to be where we expect a hard freeze. The lavender colors are going to be a freeze. And then we look to kind of the lightish, like almost tealish colors. That's going to be your frost areas. So 28 in Reddick, 28 degrees in Ocala, 27 Bellevue, 25 degrees in Denellen. Yeah, 28 in Wildwood, 29 in Webster, 32 Astatula, 31 in Umatilla, 30 degrees in Paisley. Look out east of town. About 36 in Titusville, 33 in Kissimmee, 36 in Melbourne, 31 in Palm Bay. But notice that 28 in Kenansville. You always get so cold. And then into the metro, notice we're into a frost area for the metro because there's a little too much concrete there, right? Whereas elsewhere, we've got 35 in Winter Park, 33 in Oviedo, 32 degrees in Sanford, and 30 degrees in DeLand. So it's definitely, there's some chill. There's definitely some chill in our forecast. So I think that's all I really needed to discuss. I think, the only other thing I could really discuss, I suppose, would be the fire danger. Yeah, let's talk about that and then we can take the train off the tracks. So fire danger, we've got the dry vegetation, right? We've got the low humidity. We've got the gusty winds. So atmospherically, the only thing we're not really tracking is going to be thunder and lightning. So today's a fairly high fire danger threat. I would say that as the humidity starts to come up and the winds start to calm down the next couple of days, this is going to get maybe a little bit better. Not much, though. We go from a high fire danger threat to a more of a moderate threat. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. All right. All right. So we can dial up the 7-day forecast, and now we can take the train off the tracks. Good morning, my friends. It's Monday. How we doing? Everybody having a good start? Annie Marsh is asking, how long will it last? The chill, it's not going to last that long. Couple days, Friday, Saturday, we're back into the 80s. So at least there's that. At least we've got that going for us, right? Oliver says, with the cold and winds, I worry about the folks that use flames for warmth, letting the fire get out of hand. Well, certainly that's a concern. That's absolutely a concern, Yeah. Joe says frost and freeze. No big deal. Everyone's dead already. Well, not everything, but we want to do our best to protect what is still with us. Lucy says, love it. It's funny. Like some people love this stuff. Some people don't. The Ghosted Woman. That was a cool video. Watched it last night. Oh, the flight video. Yeah. I posted the video with Tim and I on the YouTube channel. I didn't even look to see if people had watched it or not. Did you guys see that? Let's see. Let me open it up in the Chrome. YouTube. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, let me find it here. View your channel. Okay, not a ton of views, but some people viewed it. Let's see here. I'll pop it up so that you can see what I'm referring to. A flight up to Panama City. So this is. But we want to take you for the journey. We want to explain every little bit. And while we may be flying a 4-seat Mooney, just know this. I took you out. My buddy Tim, who's obviously here.
now what we're going to do is we're going to go.
I'll turn the volume down. I just realized that the volume was up. We don't need to have that volume up so much, but yeah. So Tim was like, we ought to film us flying, and I was like, all right, we can do that. So Frank's asking, is it the same one that he put? Yeah, it's the same video from Facebook. I'm just putting it on all the different platforms. So here, let's do the takeoff together. We can listen to the takeoff together. I'll let you guys listen to that.
Right. You start screwing stuff up here, you could kill yourself and other people.
That's right.
2946 Victor, flighting out 310, runway 27 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 27 left, fly 310, 26 Victor. All right.
1300 at 6.
All right, so we got our takeoff clearance. This is the part where Eric really focuses. So as we get rolling here, we're going to be checking to make sure the engine instruments are looking good now that we're under full power, and here we go. Engine instruments look great, Eric.
Pressure good, temperature good, airspeed is alive, RPMs are looking good, we are making full power.
We're already doing about 85, 90 miles an hour. This thing takes off kind of like a sports car.
Right turn 310, that's why he waited, he wanted me to cross over the other runway.
So anyway, that's just like, that's an idea of what he put together, which I think is super cool, super cool. I think Tim did a fantastic job. So I figured, I figured I'd post it to the YouTube channel. In addition to, we did Facebook and we did Twitter and all that fun stuff. So if you're interested in checking it out, I encourage you to do that. We went for a flight up to Panama City. And I feel like we've gotten a pretty good reception from it. Like, you guys seemingly liked it. So, might have to make some more of these videos. Tim, I don't know if you're in this morning, but if you are, we're going to have to, I think we may have to do this again. Chris Pierce says the music makes it like a movie. I know. Well, and it's so funny to just, I think it's kind of funny. Jay says, I miss flying GA stuff. Jay, why don't you sit in this right seat tomorrow? What do you think? Jay and I should go flying tomorrow. And Jay, if you want, we could even have you run radios to really give you that feel. Catherine says, looks like Maverick and Goose. It was a lot. Listen, it was a lot of fun. So, may have to do some more of these videos because you guys seem to like it. So that's fun. As long as you guys liked it. Cindy says, I'm already waiting for episode 2. So I guess we're going to have to do that, huh? Remember, you do not need a parachute to skydive. You need one to skydive twice. That's true. That's true. All right. Weather hits done. Terry says it was professional video, right? Tim did well. Tim did really well. All right. What is this? 8:15. Let me get a situation. If I run radios, we have to count how many times I mess up call signs. That's a good point. You're going to be like, Speedbird 2535. I'm not saying yours on purpose. Let's see here. Okay. All right. All right, Stag Box. We're going to go right to the chroma key. Let's do that. All right. I can run radios so that you've got to keep the ego intact, right? All right, to be continued. Stand by, people. Justin says he likes the video. Very cool. Love it. All right, stand by, people.
And the Olympic flame was extinguished simultaneously in Milan and in Cortina, and then the Olympic flag was officially handed over to the next host nation, France. The site of the 2030 Winter Games will be held in was a very exciting, beautiful closing ceremony. The U.S. finishes in second place with 33 total medals. Norway took the top spot on the podium with 41 total, including 18 gold. The host country, Italy, rounds out at number 3 with 30 medals, while Germany and Japan take 4th and 5th. So great showing here for the U.S. I believe I read it was the most winter medals that they've ever won.
Yeah.
So congrats.
Amazing from Team USA, and we love all the Florida representation here. And, we also have to talk about that we've changed up some of our programming during the game.
It's almost
We're
right.
back to normal this week now.
Let me fix the volume so that you guys don't blast your speakers. Stand by a second. All right.
You watch regularly is back in those normal spots today.
They took a minute to add lib.
At noon today on the Culture Station and over on Rush 2 this afternoon from the team at 14.
And then there's a
And we're looking
countdown.
ahead to the 2026 Winter Paralympics. The next
Okay.
games now are just 10 days away. And just like the Olympics,
Then
they
we've
will
got
allow possible
a picture of
events
snow,
in
so you'll see.
Argentina,
So this is what's going out on
Paralympics will
TV,
run
just to give you an
March
idea. So you're going to
6th.
see some snow up in Philly.
All right, live outside right now. We want to check in on the conditions in the Northeast. You can see a little light flood there in Philadelphia, but we're talking about a real blast up winter weather for the communities here in the U.S. Thinking about all of our loved ones who've been checking
Yeah.
this morning, your family in New York. How much snow has come down? What are you expecting with blizzard conditions there?
Yeah, it's a mess. Eric, we have power outages, also so many flight delays. So that
Right.
when you're traveling up north, make sure you're checking with your air.
It's a mess. I mean, airlines are having to essentially just wipe the slate clean for travel here into the tri-state area. And to give you an idea, I mean, in terms of pressure, if you look at this thing, it looks like a hurricane, right? Basically, a hurricane is just a very strong area of low pressure. Same as this, it has the pressure equivalent, though, to a hurricane. Big difference, obviously, in terms of its scope and scale and impacts. Lots and lots and lots of snow falling. The big concern is going to be power outages, of course, right? We are already with over 100,000 without power in New Jersey, and up into Massachusetts, about 160,000 without. So this is a very wide, impactful system, and that's just going to play out the next couple of hours as that storm continues to lift into eventually the offshore waters and Canadian Maritimes. But that's what's dragging down our temperatures. Today, our high struggles into the mid-range of the 50s, and then tomorrow morning, we'll wake up to the mid-30s in the metro. There will be 20s, though, in our northern spots. Looking beyond, it's Wednesday, a 73-degree high. We're back into the 80s Thursday and Friday. And on Friday, we'll even have showers with a few thunder showers in there. So something to watch. Outside this morning, we're watching the chill. Upper 30s for some, 40s for the rest of us. Wind chill makes it feel like the 30s for nearly all of us. And I'll add, we're running 20 to 30 degrees colder than this time yesterday. So this afternoon, it's going to be a struggle up the ladder. 56 in Orlando, 55 degrees in Daytona Beach, 53 the Villages, 53 in Palm Coast, 59 in Melbourne. And then tomorrow morning, even colder. 35 Conway, back over to 32 in Windermere, 34 in Maitland, 30 in DeLand, 33 degrees Port Orange, 30 in Astor. Out west, upper 20s from Salt Springs to the Villages, 29 Lake Pennsauken, 25 here in Dunellen. It's 32 in Vieira, 34 degrees in Rockledge. There are freeze warnings in effect for all of our areas, minus the Barrier Islands and folks east of 95 in Brevard County. But while winter has absolutely returned, tomorrow morning's rock bottom. We climb to 60 by Tuesday afternoon, 73 degrees by Wednesday, and we'll climb there beyond. But with all this cold, dry air, remember, the fire danger is increasing. For today, the dry vegetation, gusty winds, and low humidity are the exact culprits of this thing. And for tomorrow, while it does get a little bit better, it doesn't improve a ton. So there's the blizzard in the Northeast, driving down the cold, dry air for us. Tomorrow, the next couple days, frankly, are going to be chilly. Then we're back into the 80s, watching the storm chances by Friday, Saturday. Megan. All right. Let's sit down. Okay. You heard the hard sigh? All right. Nautilus says we need to get Tim on a coffee talk drive-through sometime. Yeah, probably should. Probably should. All right, I'm going to play catch up here. So how much rain do you think will happen during the Princess Marathon weekend? I don't even know when that is, Allison. Janice says the music added drama to the video. You know, I told him not to worry about making it too fancy, and he made it fancy. So there's that. Let's see here. Let's see. Anyone have the medal count? They just did the medal count on the air. I think we were in second. Magdalene Diaz on YouTube. I saw the video. Thanks. Very cool. Okay, so Jeannie Rowan says March is just around the corner in hurricane forecast. So what I have here is some of my hurricane forecast stuff. I've got a meeting with Jeremy today going over some of this stuff. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Can you believe it? Oh, man. Yep. All right, let's see here. Old man grunt. Oh, because I had to change the source. And I'm just grumpy. A blizzard is a... There you go, Janice. Never heard of that before, but there you go. Absolutely loved your flying video and looking forward to part 2. All right, Tim, I don't know if you're here, buddy, but we're going to have to do a part 2, I guess. All right. Questions, comments, concerns? Oh, Nautilus, could we finally go over the BSR sometime soon? I suppose we can. All right, let's look. I'll get it set up. I've got a couple of hits coming up here, but we can take at least a quickish look. It's fine. All right, it's loading. Of course. Oh, feedback, stand by. Model, I got to log into the model, hit sign in. Okay. Let me quit out of you. See, the BSR is on my laptop, but I'm running coffee of the weather computer at WESH, so I have to do some like stuff. All right, so we hit that. Do that. Give me a second. Okay, we do that. See, may take me a second, but I'll get there. Okay, yeah, that was a wild sound. Sorry about that. All right, so where are we? This is the BSR, and we are looking at February 11th. All right, we're doing that. Little storm system, high pressure. There's a front washing out, little storm system there, little wet pattern. February 16th. March 5th, 6th, 7th. Looks like a wet weather pattern. Not really sure what that's going to do, but definitely looks like a wet little weather pattern for us. So definitely something to watch there. Something out in the Gulf, a little tropical signal perhaps, heading into the North Gulf. That is March 11th, 12th, 13th. And that's as far out as that goes. And then from there, another Gulf low. That's the 15th, 16th, 17th of March. Ooh, interesting. 19th, 20th, 21st, kind of a storm system through South Florida and up the East Coast. And then what are you? Some like Gulf things. That's the 22nd, 23rd, 24th. So that's going to be some little waves of energy. Interesting. And you see, though, it definitely looks more and more like a spring pattern there than it does a winter's pattern, right? So yeah, it definitely, that's just a quick look at the BSR, right? But it's definitely looking much more like a spring pattern than not. So yeah, interesting stuff. No interesting, just no. I know. I get it. I agree with you. All right. Let me get set up for this. I was not paying attention to anything Kat just said to me. I'm first. Roger that. All right. Let's go do this weather.
Good morning up here. Thanks for being with the time of 8:26. We have a huge shoplifter is in the hospital after being shot by an Orange County deputy. This all happened.
Yeah, it's looking a little more like a lion, Jeannie Rowan. At least it looks like there's some rain. Like that's one thing that I'm seeing is opportunities for rain. Weather first and traffic. How much time should I leave? 30. Roger that.
And then he used taser. The deputy then says that he shot the suspect after the man refused to follow commands. As the cold starts here Monday, let's get a check on the forecast out. First rain here on this is Eric Burke.
All right, good morning to you. Starting off with clear skies. You can see it's windy just by looking here at Port Canaveral, kind of a choppy water. Temperatures in the mid 40s there, lower 40s in our northern spots. Today we push to 51 degrees by lunchtime. 56 is it. It's going to be a chilly day. Colder tomorrow morning, and then by Wednesday afternoon, at least we start to climb a little bit back into the 80s late week. Opportunity for rain coming late week as well, Megan.
And we're going to check out traffic this morning. This is a look here at the beach line traveling westbound. There's a crash right near Golden Rock. It's blocking off the right lane here. Traveling towards Narcisse.
We do need the rain. Yes, we do need the rain. All right. I have to. Oh, I figured. No, I figured. Seems to be a Monday in the studio. It's definitely a Monday in the studio. That is correct. It is a Monday of Mondays.
We don't use so much.
Spring needs to happen and stay. You know, you talk about spring needing to happen and stay. You mentioned that. Can I mention to you, and I made this graphic, I haven't put it on TV yet, but I made this graphic. Meteorological spring is right around the corner. Oh, I'm sure it wasn't open. Right, yeah. Meteorological spring, we are almost there, guys. We are almost done with meteorological winter. I, for one, am done with this season. I personally am ready to get the heck out of it, and I'm ready to get into spring myself, but I digress. So anyway, thought that that's kind of cool. Temperatures are going to finally do their thing. What does a spring pattern look like? Looks a little warmer. Definitely kind of more opportunities for rain. Yeah. Last week's slip-ups pouring into this week. We're just we're just humans. That's all.
Mom and Dad for the kids' winter
Right?
clothes by the door. It is a severe weather warning today, and thanks for starting your day with Sunrise Team of
And Jason and I, that's a wild day where we were out enjoying the farmer's market on Saturday in shorts and t-shirts.
Sunscreen?
Yeah, really need the sunscreen. Now we're talking about layered up, and the kids are like, what are you talking about? When we're trying to tell them this morning. No, they need to do that to get over the first morning.
Yeah, I mean, it's chilly for sure outside. We have cold weather advisories in effect for the next half an hour time, just because of how chilly it is. 20 to 30 degrees colder this morning versus yesterday morning. So you're definitely going to notice the change. 44 in the city, it's 41 in the villages. Upper 30 still in Palm Coast. Give it some time, you'll climb. 44 degrees in Titusville and Melbourne and Palm Bay. But look how pretty this is. Oh, the sky is so vibrantly blue. It's going to be a beautiful day today with temperatures climbing into the 50s area-wide. Temperatures should be, though, in the mid-70s. So we are falling well short of that. And it's all because of this blizzard that's hitting the northeastern United States and just driving this chilly air our direction. So let's do this. Let's chat more about where we go from here, because the temperatures are going down before they go back up. Central Florida's certified most accurate forecast in minutes. Megan, good morning.
Good morning. This is a look here at the beach line. We have a crash here westbound.
All right, let's see here. Use your points to bring us spring. Hey, listen, I'm going to do everything I can, even if I have to use my frequent flyer miles. Chris says almost like, or almost like it's cycling. Yeah, Educational Resources says on Twitter, for a couple of weeks now, I haven't gotten an alert when Coffee Talk went live, and I'm not seeing the Coffee Talk replay post. Has something changed? No, but is it working now? I don't know what happened. I disconnected it and reconnected it this morning. So anyway, all right, people, that's all I've got for you. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you for hanging out for Coffee Talk. I will see you on TV through 10 a.m. And of course, we'll be back live tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Be good, y'all. Stay warm.